put on there. It doesn't look as though it's moving very far, but it's just enough to stop him from falling out of the sky. Indeed, we need about 15 miles an hour of wind blowing over the actual ailerons to counteract the torque of the big piston engine and the big propeller on the front of the aircraft. If it was to come to a complete hover, then actually the torque of the propeller is almost as constant and great as the control in the opposite direction for the airframe. So indeed the airframe will rotate around the propeller. Climb upwards. There's another series of rolling and tumbling maneuvers. Keep rolling enough on the way up, left and right. And then choosing another way. Swinging half inverted, pulling them over the top and springing back on a positive G. Oh, a lot more fun. Indeed, Richard will be pulling about 6G in some of these extreme manoeuvres. He's not got a G suit on, so those 6G he's feeling. And also the negative G, the blood will be rushing to his head. Yeah, it's something as I mentioned earlier on. You've got to physically, you have to actually become G tolerant and build up to the manoeuvres that you're seeing today. Looks terrific. Okay, if you want to practice, no, you better not. I was going to suggest you jump inside a washing machine and just put it on fast spin, but that will be equally uncomfortable. Don't think they make them that big either, but I can't think of any other way you could replicate. Keeping a sky high, using all that energy, just letting the sleeve bleed off until there's virtually no forward speed left on the clock. And again, tries to hold it, but lets it tumble down through the snow. Power back on, head together, back up for another high G plus. The peak end of the performance spectrum. We've heard us talk already today about the development of the Spitfire. We saw Mark 11 earlier on, that was 440 miles an hour, feeling up 32,000 feet. But that was all about detecting V1 and V2 engine weapon launch sites. At the end of the war, it remained on duty in Germany right up until March 1946, when it came back to the UK and was placed in storage. So you may have heard my reference to the establishment of the Royal Air Force Strike Flight. Well, 853 was one of several Mark 19 Spitfires selected for conversion to conduct meteorological research known as the temperature and humidity of the upper air masses, which the thumb. And this one performed the last ever Spitfire thumb sorting on the 10th of June 1957. The Mustang, you see here, was originally owned by Sean Patrick. He was the co-owner of the aircraft then known as the Shark. He was approached about leasing the aircraft to Rolls-Royce. Back in April 2020, it re-emerged. Both through meadows near Bars and Charlie, and of course, unsurprisingly, Alistair throwing in a victory roll there as he departs off to the eastern side, and a marvellous goal. Story behind that, and but more importantly, showing you the hard points, how Poland is amazing. That's why naabutan missiles, pave way enhanced people. Right. compression and suppression equipment, which helps. There's a chest jacket, clearly what we call the G-pants, and a pretty comfortable cockpit as well. It's quite nice up front, so it's a cosy little office. You don't hear much noise at all, and now this can be tricky, a very slow roll from a very big, heavy jet. Right on the edge of what for any other aircraft would be very, very close to the stall indeed. And now he puts in the afterburners. Stretching out now again, coming still on the turn, you've got to pull a lot of G anyway, otherwise you use an awful lot more airspace going at the speed that he's flying. So he's putting in that 9G again to get round this turn. And now he's bending, he's pushing away from himself, so the negative G. And I know other Type 2 pilots